Hello, students. Welcome to IELTS Insider. I am your teacher in this lesson, Robin Shaw, and today we are going to talk about 10 more very important, essential vocabulary you have to learn and know and practice for the IELTS test. So we're going to do 10 vocabulary in this lesson. Before I get started, here, let me put this on the board. Let's just check the chat. Layla's here. Michelle is here. May's here. Sleepwalker is here. And Layla with an I is here. I'm just checking. All right. And of course, very important, I can hear and see you, Robin. Thank you very much. All right. So we've done vocabulary in the past. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do the 10 words. I'm going to do a homework check. So I'm going to, if we have time, I'm going to go and check some homework that students have done for the past live streams. And of course, I'm going to give you new homework. So very exciting and important lesson today. We will just give a minute or two for some more late people. So if you have anything to say or ask about IELTS, let me know. I'm going to give a minute or two just to allow the late people to come in. And actually, I'll just make I'll put up a note to some chat groups to come in. There, let's get the students here. Got my keyboard is banging, bang, bang, bang. It's very tight in my studio here, my office studio, whatever. All right. There, a few more students should be coming soon. Let's hope so. Okay. See if that gets the students here. We are every Saturday. I think Jabe starts at 8. I start at 8:30, our local time. So okay, there's no excuse. You should be here, everyone, every Saturday for IELTS studying. Just checking the comments. Raid is here. And May says it's a quiet day today. Well, yes. Sometimes it takes a few minutes to get the students here. All right, let's look at our first word vocabulary. There are 10 here. So you can see vocabulary 1 says Robin, that is me, blank, noisy neighbors. So our selection of 10 words today are advocate, demonstrate, reconcile, philanthropic, detest, hasten, cherish, potent, affluent, adverse, advocate, demonstrate, reconcile, philanthropic, detest, hasten, cherish, potent, affluent, and adverse. Those are words today. So Robin blank, noisy neighbors. Do I advocate, demonstrate, reconcile, philanthropic, detest, hasten, cherish, potent, affluent, or adverse, noisy neighbors? Let's get those answers in. I see Myrnawati is here. Robin is all thumbs today. That's yes. Good place to use that expression. And I think we're starting off with an easy one today, and most of you did guess correctly. So the answer certainly is detest. And what does detest mean? Let me know before I go to the definition part. Let me know what detest means. So Robin detests noisy neighbors. You correctly chose the correct word, but what does that mean? Let me know in the chat. Layla with an I and Sleepwalker and Layla all say yes. To detest, that is a verb. You hate somebody or something very much. So it's a powerful word for hate. Hate. So right now, you should be trying to make sentences using detest. What do you really, really hate? Please be kind and do not say, I detest Robin. Some other example sentences. Uh, I detest working on the weekend. That's a good thing to detest. And she detests her husband. Uh-oh. I don't know the story there, but she really hates her husband. Uh, Now, what are your examples using the word detest? And Sleepwalker, which word is stronger, hate or detest? Detest is stronger because it's hate somebody or something very much. It's very strong. And Raid comes in. Diabetic patients detest to take, we don't say on insulin because insulin is uncountable. So we drop that on. Diabetic patients detest, I would say, taking insulin. And Layla with an I detest nosy people. Well, I can be nosy at some to some people. I hope I wasn't asking you too many questions, Layla with an I. May says, I detest people who always lie. Who always lie. So sometimes lying or occasionally lying is okay, but always tells a lie is bad. Sleepwalker, most people detest to lose. Well, what do you detest, Sleepwalker? I really detest some of my neighbors who are not supportive. Okay, so this is a little bit unclear. What do you mean not supportive? How should they be supporting you? I really detest someone who always pretends to be a good person. Hmm. Yes, yes. The grammar is great. I was just thinking about what you wrote, but yeah, the English works. That's why we're here. It's a great sentence, Mernawati. Good for you. Detest. All right, so we're starting off with the easy one. Clarification on Layla's. I meant people, not friends. So I'm hoping you consider me your friend and, well, teacher and friend. So Layla with a Y, they don't allow us to park our car in our neighborhood. Oh, yeah, we got to detest those neighbors. All right, let's move on to the next vocabulary. Vocabulary number 2. More young people are blank vegetarianism on TikTok. More young people are blank vegetarianism on TikTok. So advocate, demonstrate, reconcile, philanthropic, detest, hasten, cherish, potent, affluent, or adverse. I hate not understanding the class. So you detest. You got to use the word detest. Cat, I detest some of my school teachers. Don't say that, Cat. You should respect your school teachers. Oh, we have Kazakhstan. Hi. I detest to get fat. I detest so you let's detest yeah, I detest being overweight. let's use a word like overweight or something like that. Okay, more young people are blank vegetarianism on TikTok. Advocate, demonstrate, reconcile, philanthropic, detest, hasten, cherish, potent, affluent, adverse. What is the answer here? I'm going to check the guess. Sleepwalker comes with advocate, advocating, demonstrate. Guess that's possible. Bio naturally. Hello. Advocate from Michelle. Demonstrate. Advocate. 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 Demonstrate. Uh, well, I guess the answer I was thinking was advocating, but I guess you could choose demonstrate. Um, but that is possible, but that is a little awkward and not common way to express that. It is possible to say demonstrate, but I think the better word there is advocate, advocating. So more people are advocating vegetarianism. What is vegetarianism on TikTok? And what is TikTok? So what are they doing? What does the sentence mean? More young people are advocating vegetarianism on TikTok. What's vegetarianism? Vegetarianism. That's a big word. Layla comes in. I think advocate is more suitable for your sentence. Yes, because that was your guess. Not eating meat, eating more vegetables. Yes, and they're advocating it. What does advocate mean? That's before we get to the definition page. I detest being overweight is correct. Vegetarianism is only when you eat only vegetables and fruits. Okay, I think we got the vegetarian part of it. Michelle has a good explanation here. And what is the advocate? And Sleepwalker mentions support. Kat says advocate is argue on something. As a noun, hey Lavanya, as a noun, there's an advocate as a noun, but we're not looking at the noun form. Advocate here to support or recommend something, usually publicly. So it's not, if it's just in your family, we don't really use the word advocate because that's a little bit formal. That's an IELTS word. So it's something in public and formal to support or recommend something. So if we go back to our sentence, more young people are advocating vegetarianism on TikTok. So TikTok is the app, social media app. It's a very public place. So they are advocating, they are pushing, they are supporting um, vegetarianism. And let's look at some example sentences. Many protesters strongly advocate for a change in government policy. So the protesters, they want that change. They're pushing for that change in government policy. Another example sentence: the parents advocated for a return to traditional educational methods. Okay, so the parents at the school, they were pushing or recommending maybe the school or the teachers to go back to more traditional educational methods. So let's see what your example sentences are. May says advocate can be support or promote. Yes. And Kazakhstan, do you have a nickname? Kazakhstan student. Advocate is to save, not safe, save their right. Uh, you're kind of you're supporting something. You're giving supporting. So you want to support human rights. You advocate for rights. You want to recommend and support that. They advocate a new security system in their area. Yes, several university students strike on the street to advocate the change in tax policies. So, Myrnawati, there's a few questions I have with this sentence. First of all, why do university students care about tax policy? It's possible, but usually university students are not working yet. They're not paying tax. So that would be my first question. And we don't use expressions. You can say strike on the streets, but I think just the protest on the streets would be a little bit better. Most women advocate their rights in their countries. Yes, to be more free. Kat, are you going to check homework today? I'm going to check some homework today after this lesson. Yeah, Robin advocates for students as always. Lavanya, I will advocate for you. Government is advocating blood donation campaign among the people. Yes. And Kazakhstan, Aralim. Okay, Aralim. I will try to remember that, Aralim. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for participating as usual. All right, let's go into number 3. Number 3 is a little bit difficult. I don't want to say difficult, challenging. Number 3 says, how can you blank your fur coat with your love of animals? How can you blank your fur coat with your love of animals? Advocate, demonstrate, reconcile, philanthropic, detest, hasten, cherish, potent, affluent, adverse. What's the answer there? Michelle, it is common that parents advocate their children against some unrighteousness. Yes. How can you demonstrate your fur coat with your love of animals? This is incorrect, Sleepwalker. As I said, it's all a little challenging. Kat says we all have to advocate for human rights. Yes, you say that, Kat, and it seems like common sense, but a lot of places in the world, people surrender their rights every day. They don't really fight for their rights. Cherish. It comes down to cherish and reconcile. How can you cherish your fur coat with your love of animals? Now, I understand why you students chose cherish because it kind of matches the feeling of the sentence. But grammatically, it's a little awkward to use cherish. The answer here will be reconcile because we're going to use reconcile with. We don't use cherish with. So that preposition there with, we're not going to use cherish with. So that with shows me that it must be a reconcile. And you don't demonstrate with in this case. So how can you reconcile your fur coat with your love of animals? As I said earlier, this one's a little challenging and I will explain it. But right now, what does reconcile mean? Can anyone tell me what reconcile means? We'll get to the meaning. I will explain this. I'm just wondering, vocabulary check here. Combine. All right. So this is a good word, and I'm happy to teach this word because it is very important, especially for an IELTS test. So reconcile is a verb. And our definition here says to find a way of dealing with two or more ideas that seem to be opposed to each other. So there's two two ideas that oppose. They're not the same idea. Maybe they're even opposite ideas. But you have to deal with sometimes we have to deal with two ideas that don't match. And another word we use is contradict. We contradict ourselves, or people are contradicting themselves. So if we look at their sentence, how can you reconcile your fur coat with your love of animals? So this person has a fur coat. That means some animals had to die for this person to have a fur coat. But also this person has a love of animals. So there's some sort of opposing ideas. This person contradicts themselves. They love animals, but they love the fur coat. These are very, how can you reconcile? So, how can you deal with this? How can you, justify this thinking or action? So, our example sentence here says it was hard to reconcile his busy career with spending time with his family. All right. So, on the one hand, he's very busy, 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 busy. He has his career. On the other hand, he has to spend time with family. All right. These are two ideas that oppose each other: work and spend time with family. So he has to reconcile, he has to deal with this, he has to manage this, he has to resolve this. Another example sentence here. It is sometimes difficult to reconcile science and religion. I think a lot of people in the world, you know, you can believe in science and you can believe in religion. And sometimes these two ideas do not work together. So you have to reconcile, you have to deal with that. You have to, resolve the differences or the mismatch in your mind. So reconcile, you have to deal with two opposing ideas or actions. So good luck making an example sentence, but I hope you guys have some sentences with this. What are two things, actions, ideas you have to reconcile, you have to deal with? So, Michelle, reconcile means to be okay with each part. Yeah, you might have two opposing or opposite ideas. And yeah, you have to reconcile. You have to be okay. You have to be okay with that. That's right. Great says, I can't reconcile between my loving of seafood and my wife detesting it. You don't need that for. Okay. Yeah. So that's something you need to reconcile. I could not reconcile my duty at home and my job in the office, so I decided to take time off work. Mernawati, this is a great example sentence. So you could not deal or handle this situation, so you had to take time off. Okay, so I like this example. Very good. I didn't think of it as an answer because I knew the word in French as meaning become in good terms with someone after a fight. Yes, so uh usually when couples they argue, yeah, they have to reconcile, they have to stop fighting or accept each other's opinion. I cannot reconcile with convince. Okay, so convince is a verb. So you reconcile is a verb and convince is a verb. You cannot use convince here. So you got to rewrite that, Layla. The HR department needs to reconcile arguments between two employees. Yes, or conflict resolution. Sometimes I want to reconcile my mother with my father. Do your mother and your father they have different ideas about something? Yeah, this is difficult. Again, we have to try and stay away from the word difficult, challenging, challenge. This we're introduced to a new idea or new word, and it's going to be a little challenging at first. But the more we practice, the more we hear about this word, we will master this word. All right. We are going to move on to number 4. Number 4. Today's blank Indian tourists are also big spenders. Today's blank Indian tourists are also big spenders. So today's advocate Indian tourist, demonstrate Indian tourist, reconcile Indian tourist, philanthropic Indian tourist, detest Indian tourist, hasten Indian tourist, cherish Indian tourist, potent Indian tourists, affluent Indian tourists, adverse Indian tourist. Which one is here? I cannot reconcile what my family wants with my desires. I cannot reconcile with what my family wants with my desires. So we are going to describe the Indian tourists, and they are big spenders. What's a big spender? Someone who spends a lot of money. And sleepwalkers coming in with affluent, 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 affluent. I think everyone is guessing affluent, and that is the correct answer, affluent. Today's affluent Indian tourists are also big spenders. Yeah, looks good, Layla. So, yeah, what does affluent mean? Sleepwalker says affluent is rich. Sleepwalker knows because Sleepwalker is very affluent. Having a lot of money and a good standard of living. You are affluent. So, an example affluent consumers have a taste. They have a taste. They have a taste for luxury brands. Affluent consumers have a taste for luxury brands. And here's another example sentence. People on lower incomes also tend to vote less than more affluent citizens. So people on lower incomes also tend to vote less than more affluent citizens. So give me some example sentences using affluent. A new tennis club has been opened in an affluent part of the city. Yes, perfect. Looks good. An affluent part of the city, the rich area. Do you live in an affluent part of the city? I certainly do not. Most Western countries are affluent from Michelle. Yes. Sometimes it's not easy to treat affluent people with a special way. Well, Layla, what is a special way? I'm not sure. Are we supposed to treat affluent people in a special way? And Layla with an I, most affluent people are snobbish. I don't know. Is that true? Only affluent people will shop at the expensive hypermarket. Uh, what's a hypermarket? Hypermarket, supercenter, superstore. Okay, so that's a big supermarket and department store, hypermarket. Robin does not live in an affluent city, Lavanya. I guess compared to other countries, yes, Korea is a very affluent country, but if you live here, it's difficult to pay rent and buy food. Robin would have become an affluent YouTuber if his channel had 1 million subscribers. Yes. Affluent people usually live. Whoa, that's a typo. Live in a high quality city. What is a high quality city? Are you in a low quality city? Qatar is an affluent country. Yes. I feel a little bit negative, some negative feelings, vibes against affluent people. Arabian c- country, Arabian countries. Hey, Skull Gaming. Skull Gaming. That's an interesting name. Arabian countries and their people are affluent. Countries are affluent. People are affluent. Not everyone. Not everyone. Here we go. Carlos, affluent people have power in government. Yes. Robin is one of the affluent people in Korea. Not at all, May. Football players are affluent people. All right. I think we have a good understanding of affluent. Let's go into number 5. Number 5 says many homeless people are helped by blank organizations. Many homeless people are helped by blank organizations. Advocate, demonstrate, reconcile, philanthropic, detest, hasten, cherish, potent, affluent, adverse. Most people want to live in an affluent area. I don't. I prefer to leave, even if I have money, I don't want to live around the rich people. Yes, challenging. Affluent? I can be an affluent man when I am an active person in social media, really. Okay, and we have the guesses coming in. Philanthropic for 5, Michelle, is detest. You're confusing me. Oh, vocabulary 5, philanthropic. Okay, gotcha. Skull Gaming says philanthropic. Yep. Lavanya says cherish. My many homeless people are helped by Cherish organizations. Cherish is a verb, but we need an adjective here to describe the organizations, and the answer is philanthropic, which means to help. It's an adjective, to help the poor and those in need, especially by giving money. So these philanthropic organizations are helping organizations, giving money. So many homeless people, they do not have a home. They are helped by philanthropic organizations. These are organizations giving money and helping them. Example sentence: the organization provides philanthropic support for those who suffer from disease. So, philanthropic, they are helping and Another example sentence: he is known for his philanthropic work for children in Africa. So, whenever you see that as an adjective, you know it is helping, it is a good thing. These are good organizations, good people. They are not really for profit. They can't, there could be philanthropic companies that help a lot, but uh, I guess most companies are not very philanthropic. They can be. Most big companies usually have some philanthropic part of their company helping. So if you have any example sentences, now is the time to let me know. Sleepwalker says, all funds raised from the concert will be donated to a philanthropic organization. Okay, sounds like a good idea. It's a good sentence. Any other example sentences? Let me know. Click, click, click. Type away. Nowadays, people are less philanthropic than before. Yeah, sentence is good. I like the sentence called gaming. Is it true? If it's true, that's sad. Philanthropic organizations help build schools in our area. Is that true? Also, good. Cat, no words. Charitable, yes, absolutely the same. I very close. I never want to say 100% yes, but yeah. Let's see what would be the difference very quickly. I hear my noisy keyboard. All right, so Sleepwalker did a quick check on that. Charity, yeah, is giving money and volunteering to help, but philanthropic goes deeper and it's long term. So usually we'll say a person can be charitable. I can give money, I can volunteer for a week, a month, something like that. But philanthropic is more of a long term, trying to really solve the problem, like an organization is philanthropic. So that good question, and that would be the difference between that. Yeah, but of course, sometimes it's the same thing. Sometimes it's the same thing. Most affluent people, most, I don't know about the word most. Some affluent people provide uh, you can't put with an S on donations. So let's cut that Some affluent people provide philanthropic donations for those who suffer from the pandemic. Layla, she was extremely philanthropic with her little nephews after losing his mother. Yes. My aunt is philanthropic because she helps a beggar. Yes. Earn real money. My level is elementary. I want advice for intermediate level. I don't think your level is elementary. You might already be intermediate or lower intermediate or earn real money. Being a philanthropic person makes you happy. So I'll change people to person. Philadelphia spelling is the longest word to type. You made a philanthropic. Hello, Pallavi. Nice to see you. Ravindu, subscribe and share, bro. Thank you, Ravindu Gihan. We do live streams every Saturday. Next Saturday will be James. The company always helps the children. So the company is it. It helps with an S the children by providing philanthropic support. Thank you, Robin. She preferred secret philanthropic acts. Now, instead of secret, we would usually use here interesting sentence. I like it. She preferred secret philanthropic acts. Usually we use the word anonymous. Anonymous means they don't tell their name. So they're keeping their name secret. So anonymous donations. I try to help philanthropic people. Philanthropic people. Nice to see you. Affluent people are encouraged to provide philanthropic support to those in need. Yes. All right, let's move on to number 6. Number 6. I blank my childhood memories. Advocate, demonstrate, reconcile, philanthropic, detest, hasten, cherish, potent, affluent, adverse. A couple of those could work, but which one's the best one? I blank my childhood memories. Advocate, demonstrate, reconcile, philanthropic, detest, hasten, cherish, potent, affluent, adverse. Now, it could be number 5. It could be number 5. But it's not. Number 5 is possible, but that's not the word. We already talked about detest. It is possible to say number 5. I detest my childhood memories, but we want to stay a little more positive here. So I think most of you got that. The answer will be cherish. Cherish. I cherish my childhood memories. And of course, cherish means to love somebody or something very much and want to protect them or it. So parents should always cherish their children and not neglect them. And he cherishes his marriage. Cherish. So Layla with an I cherish few of my childhood memories, but I detest the majority. While your sentence is okay, but it is sad sentence to write. Let's focus on the positive. Everyone, give me example sentences using cherish. They could be casual about your life or more formal. How can we use cherish in a formal way? The company cherishes its customers. YouTube cherishes uh, its content creators. As I said, okay to your sentence, Layla. So you got your answer. I said okay to your sentence. Oh, May. I detest Robin, but sometimes I cherish him. May, you're not allowed to say detest Robin. Mernwadi, I cherish my children and they are my everything. Yes, Layla with an I. Cherish yourself. Yeah, Layla. So you gave me a sentence using it in a personal way. I said okay. If you hear me say okay on a sentence, that means it's okay. Parents learn their children to cherish and teach parents teach their children or learn from their children. Parents teach their children to cherish and respect their family. I cherish all my memories with my mom. John cherishes the moments they spent in Brazil. Who's John? Janina. Who's John? Give us the story on John and why does he cherish the moments he spent in Brazil with you? I cherish the teacher who teaches me. Thank you. I cherish this comment, Carlos. Pallavi, I don't cherish my old memories. Stay positive, Pallavi. Teach, typo. Yes, we got that. I am having many cherished memories. This is more of an adjective. You can use it as an adjective. What kind of memories? Cherished memories as an adjective here. All right, let's go on to number 7. Number 7, she had blank to sign the contract before the deadline. She had blank to sign the contract before the deadline. Advocate, demonstrate, reconcile, philanthropic, detest, hasten, cherish, potent, affluent, adverse. Getting a little cold here. I'm going to turn on my heater. Philanthrop was spelling. I think philanthropic charities is redundant because charities already are philanthropic. You don't have to describe philanthropic charities. Charities already means philanthropic. Hasten. Okay, I like this. I think everyone is guessing it correctly. You can see there's no test today. So she had hastened to sign the contract before the deadline. So there's a deadline. She has to sign the contract. She hastened. What does hasten mean? Darshani, the government must cherish extinct species in the government in the country. Yes, you should cherish all animal life, not just the or you should extinct. Extinct means not there. You should say almost extinct. Extinct means they're gone. Too late. It means you didn't cherish them. So the government must cherish almost extinct species in the country. Hastens, hurry, speed up, speed up, speed up, quick, hurry, hasten. Yes. So hasten, verb to say or do something without delay. No delay. Do it quickly. Do it now. As our example sentences here, as our teacher began her lecture, I hastened to take down notes. And his death, this is using it in a little bit different way. His death was hastened by alcoholism. So he had a problem with alcohol, and that sped up his death. So he might have been dying already, but alcoholism made it quicker. So our teacher began her lecture. I hastened to take down notes. No delay. And his death was hastened by alcoholism. That kind of made it go faster. I hastened to find a solution for it. Yes. I hasten to write my correct answer before Robin moves on to another. Yes, everyone should hasten here. And Pallavi, I always delay choosing an answer to the options. You should hasten. You should not delay. You have to be careful and do not hasten to sign a contract. I wanted to say hello to everyone. I can't stay. Okay, I'll watch it on the replay. Thanks for your visit, Sama. I cherish your visit and your comment. Isn't Salma just a wonderful student? Now everyone's jealous because I gave Salma a compliment. I hastened to close the window when it was raining heavily. Mernawati, let's hasten our lesson after this meeting is winded up. A meeting, usually we say, is winding down. It's coming to an end. Winding up? No, we're going to use winding down. Yes, Salma is a wonderful student and very diligent. All right, we're going to move on to number 8. We got 3 more, and our list is getting smaller here, so it should be easier to guess if you've been watching from the beginning. So number 8 says, so far the drug doesn't have any blank effects. Advocate, demonstrate, reconcile, philanthropic, detest, hasten, cherish, potent, affluent, adverse. And probably two kind of two are one matches perfectly, and one kind of another word kind of matches, and I'll talk about that. And some of you are saying adverse, and some of you are saying potent, and some of you are saying I don't know. All answers are okay. So far the drug doesn't have any potent effects. When we are using effects, we usually let me check that. Yeah, I guess number 8, potent, and number 10, adverse, are possible. The word, so if you got 8 or 10, good. But the word I was looking for was adverse in this situation. Good night. Thank you so much. Okay, Corey, thank you. So Mernawati says, I think adverse always comes before effect, yes, but also potent comes before effect sometimes. So there's no exact rule, but I think adverse effect would be more common than a potent effect. And they do mean, and the context of the sentence, most native speakers, I think, are going to go to the word adverse. Corey, all well. So what is adverse? Well, negative and unpleasant. Not likely to produce a good result. So it's bad. It's bad. So far the drug doesn't have any adverse effects, doesn't have bad effects. So it's okay. This means the drug's okay so far. Until now, it doesn't have any bad effect. So another example, the flight was canceled due to adverse weather conditions. So these weather conditions are not good. They are negative, unpleasant, might result in a bad flight. So adverse. And another example sentence, it is clear that these violent films have an adverse effect on children. It is clear that these violent films have an adverse effect on children. Teacher, you gave too many options for one question. It's really hard. Well, Pallavi, if you've been here since the beginning, there's less and less options. So this is number 8. And the next one, number 9, there's actually only two options. And Pallavi, don't complain. Be positive. Those actions, Sleepwalker has an example here. Those actions had the adverse, I would say, just cut out that had adverse consequences. Today, I cannot give my answers on time due to an adverse connection. Now, Layla, this doesn't work because we would just say bad connection. I think that's going to be more of a native speaker just using bad connection. It's a bad connection. So adverse is formal. Is it exactly the same as bad? No. Yeah, they overlap, but whenever we say bad, we cannot always say adverse and vice versa. So when can we use adverse and when can we use bad? Well, I cannot go through every situation, but I can say with connection, we're going to use a bad connection. Some drugs have been withdrawn from the market due to their harmful adverse effects. So certainly we're learning from examples. Adverse commonly is a formal way to say a bad effect. We can say adverse effect. So if you have effect, adverse is a good word to use instead of bad in that situation. Air pollution may bring adverse effects to people. Yes. An adverse illness prevented me to go to walk. Oh, yes. The company lost this project due to the staff adverse behavior. Ooh. Yes. Horror movies have adverse effects on dreams. Yes. She cannot continue living with her because of reverse dealing. What is the dealing? Drug dealing? She cannot continue living with her husband because of adverse dealing. Now you're using dealing as a noun, but what does dealing mean? So it's unclear. You got to rewrite that, Layla. What is dealing? Unfavorable? Yes. You want to say 100% equal? I'm not going to say no. Layla, you got to stop asking, what about the above sentence? I read your sentences. You don't need to keep checking. If I miss your sentence, then remind me. So don't write a sentence. What about this sentence? Just write the sentence. If I miss it, let me know. All right. I'm not always adverse. Also, I'm not complaining teacher. I'm not always adverse. So you want to use it as bad. You want to describe something as adverse. Adverse weather, adverse sickness, adverse behavior. So you could say my behavior. I don't always have adverse behavior. My children are getting cost because of the adverse cold weather in winter. Okay. Let's go on to number 9. You must blank. You can drive before you get your license. You must blank. You can drive before you get your license. Advocate, demonstrate, reconcile, philanthropic, detest, hasten, cherish, potent, affluent, adverse. They cannot keep living in that city because of adverse weather. Yes, but I want you to fix up the dealing. What's dealing? because of adverse. Hello, Eunice. All right, everyone's coming in. Demonstrate, 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 demonstrate. And yes, that is the answer. You must demonstrate you can drive before you get your license. So usually to the driving school, maybe you have to demonstrate. You have to show them. And demonstrate a verb to show something clearly by giving proof or evidence. Example sentence number 1. New research demonstrates that age-related memory loss is not inevitable. Well, demonstrate is a fairly easy word. So I put in inevitable, which is probably a more difficult word. What does inevitable mean in this sentence? I want to say she cannot continue living with her husband because of his adverse treatment. Yes, that makes sense. We have treatment or actions. So the dealing was a very vague, unclear. Well, what is a dealing as a noun? Prices are having an adverse effect on consumption. Okay. They demonstrate their skills acquired during the training. My question, what does inevitable mean? But that's they demonstrated their skills acquired during the training. Yeah. Inevitable. Thank you, Mernawati. 10 points to Mernawati. 10 internet points. Cannot be avoided is inevitable. So the sentence is a little confusing. New research demonstrates the age-related memory loss is not inevitable. So it's inevitable means age-related memory loss is going to happen. Well, this say is not going to happen. It's not, doesn't always happen. Hello, Anna Maria. So inevitable, this will happen. So we're not always going to get age-related memory loss. Second example here, Robin demonstrates patience when correcting his students' homework. Every time I correct the homework, I am demonstrating great patience. So good to see you, Anna Maria. Yes, cannot be avoided. I've understood it, but it couldn't. Okay. The students must demonstrate the result before they can be accepted into the university. Okay, but you can feel it's not a happy, confident. Okay. There's one more vocabulary after this. Oh, I've got Darshani, nursing student. You got to say nursing students, generally, all nursing students, or you can pick an individual, but you got to use the article a. So a nursing student or nursing students. Let's use nursing students must demonstrate all the procedures in front of a tutor, let's say a teacher or professor. I needed to demonstrate that I was good at what I did. All right, let's go on to the last vocabulary. Number 10 says this is a very blank drug and can have unpleasant side effects. Again, two words are possible. but I am looking for a specific word, the word we didn't use yet. So this is a very blank drug and can have unpleasant side effects. So yes, number 10 can work here, adverse, but we already studied number 10, adverse. So I am looking for a different word. My drawing coach always demonstrates the information that I need. Yes. All right. So yeah, I think most of you who, especially if you've been watching uh, since the beginning, this one should be easy. Sleepwalker says, Robin, when the same word appears in a quiz is more difficult. I did consider doing that today, but I'm going to try out some homework in this lesson. So I wanted to speed it up. Robin, I noticed that most of these words are originally French words. I wouldn't know that. I don't know that. I don't know. Uh, I don't know. All right, the answer here is potent. This is a very potent drug and can have unpleasant side effects. So potent, having a very strong effect on your body. So something is strong, it is potent. And it's usually a drug or something you're putting in to your body, but not always. Let's look at our example sentence. Taking a walk in nature is a potent stress reliever. So very powerful to take that walk is a stress reliever. Very powerful on your body and mind. Another example sentence: snake venom can be very potent. So if the snake bites you and they have venom, they're poison. It can be very strong effect on your body. Very potent. Eunice, for example, demonstrate inevitable. I don't know the word origins, Eunice. That's not my strong point. So if you say those are originally from France or French words, I'll believe you. English borrows a lot of words from France or the French language. Courts always want to demonstrate the case. Okay, Pallavi. The flu tablets that I took yesterday gave a potent effect. Yes. And Lavanya, my connection is poor. So, Robin, okay, goodbye. These pills have a potent effect on you. Yes. Potent. Potent. You got to practice saying these words too. Potent. Potent. Talking to my close friends has a potent effect on my emotions. Yes, that could work. Some natural remedies have potent effects in the treatment of cancer diseases. Yes, that could work. All right. All right. So the homework, you can write some example sentences, but I'm not going to leave yet. I'm going to go back and check some homework of students. If you're here now, I'm going to check some homework. Just give me a moment to bring up my digital whiteboard. Let's check. All right, let's wipe off my board. And I'm going to go back. I'm just checking some old homework to see if the people are here. And we have from a couple weeks ago, I think we have Layla. From my last live stream. Let's make this a little smaller. About 40. We had Discord. This is good review. What does Discord mean, students? We studied this. Discord is the word. What does it mean? There is significant discord between India and Pakistan on the boundary. Now, I'm going to change boundary to border. You can use boundary, but border is a clear word. So significant discord, certainly some sort of disagreement. And I liked how she used significant to emphasize that there's a big disagreement between, of course, India and Pakistan. They disagree on a lot. So I would just change the boundary. Boundary is not specific enough, but if you say border, we know exactly what you're talking about. Number 2, I'm going to provide you with the gist of the president's speech. What was gist, students? Tell me now. Here's your review. What was gist? I'm just going to go back and check. Darshani, yoga is a potent activity for all ages. Okay. Meditation has a potent effect on the human condition. Yes. My teacher's speech is very potent. You can speak sense words, but not potent. What do you mean, Michelle? By the way, we can understand why there is an app called Discord. Yeah, Discord, you can just talking. All right, so yeah, the gist is the main idea, the main point. So this sentence is okay. Yesterday, according to your witness, the altercation, there we had a couple weeks ago, altercation. What does altercation mean? Yesterday, according to your witness, the altercation between the clerk and 2 customers started at 7 p.m. in the supermarket. What is an altercation? Let me know in the comments. We studied this before. Argument in public. So similar to Discord, but altercation, a little more powerful. 2 people. Okay, see you, Murnawati. Public argument, altercation. Looks good. Number 4, it is paramount. It is paramount for children to receive modern education. I agree. The sentence is good. What does paramount mean? Tell me in the comments. It is paramount for children to receive modern education. Layla's answering. Well, you usually say, I know you know it, Layla. The most important. Layla's right. The most important. It is the most important thing for children to receive modern education. Number 5, as usual, she has a riveting performance on the stage. And what is riveting? We studied this many times before. These words should be easy, and Layla is showing me that she knows these words and she knows how to use them because her sentences are so far so good. Riveting. There we go. Fascinating. Very interesting. Number 6, every year that field receives a huge number of tourists because its trees have copious amounts of Well, she's using 2 words here that we've studied, and she used them correctly. So going back maybe a month, copious, what is that? And succulent. Good sentence, Layla. That's a good one. Copious amounts of succulent fruit. What is a succulent? Succulent. Succulent is juicy and copious, huge amounts. Copious, huge amounts, succulent, juicy. Yes. So that's a really that's a good sentence. Every year that field receives a huge number of tourists because its trees have copious amounts of succulent fruit. Let's look at it through an IELTS lens. Maybe we can improve the word huge to receives a significant number of tourists. The government should curb, number 7, the government should curb, there we go, curb the traders' manipulation in raising the prices. All right, good sentence. The government should do this. They should curb the manipulation. What was curb? Hold back. Yeah, you want to restrain or change or prevent or avoid, redirect. So stop, basically stop this behavior. So they want to curb the traders' manipulation. They want to stop that manipulation in raising the prices. So the sentence is good. Number 8, she did her homework assignments in a frantic way. We have frantic. Therefore, her homework had several mistakes. Yes, if you do your homework in a frantic way, you will have several mistakes. The sentence is great. What is frantic? Sleepwalker, in a rush. And curb, may function with to control or limit something. Curb, yes. Immense number of tourists. Maybe immense is too big. Yeah, it could work, but immense is really, really big. Frantic way. And number 9, you only have 9? Where's number 10? You only have 9? You're missing number 10. His cold feelings toward her denote, his cold feelings towards her denote he no longer loves her. Okay, good sentence. All the sentences are great. What is denote? Good review. Indicate, show us. So his cold feelings, that shows us, that gives some information that he no longer loves her. So that his cold his cold feelings toward her denote he no longer loves her. Because frugal is very easy for me, so I don't make sentence with it. All right, Layla, you have 9 perfect sentences here. Really good. Good for you. I hope you remember this vocabulary. It'll come up again. All right, let's see if anyone else did vocabulary. We have May. See, May did some vocabulary. So let's put May's on the digital board here. And it's getting too big. So let's make it smaller for everyone to see. All right, number one says from May, the discord between the workers and employer has not ended since 2020. Looks good. Two, the gist of the presentation has been recorded by the staff. Now, this one, the sentence is possible, but the meaning, the gist of the presentation has been recorded by the staff. Now, this suggests that they didn't record all of the presentation. They just recorded some parts of the presentation, and those some parts is the gist. Is that what you're trying to say? Because if you're recording something, usually you record uh, everything. But if you record just the gist of it, that suggests just parts of it. So the sentence is not wrong. I just want to know your meaning exactly. Number three, his frugal behavior makes everyone avoid being friends with him. Yes. Four, the passengers were having an altercation due to frequent train delays. Yes. Besides food and shelter, education is one of the most paramount aspects in a person's life. Yes. The press conference by the prime minister was riveting. Really? The sentence is okay, the grammar is okay, but a political press conference as being so interesting, that's hard to believe. But it's your opinion, and it is correct. I might not agree with your opinion. The grilled chicken at dinner last night was succulent. Yes. Number eight, she needs to curb her craving of eating sweet items in order to reduce the sugar level. I would suggest you say her sugar level. Number nine, I am trying to finish the report as frantically as I can since they need it for the meeting tomorrow. Yes. Loss of appetite denotes an unhealthy immune system in our body. Yes. May, great sentences, good for you. I'm just putting a comment and then great sentences. When will be task one, task two? I'll start that up again next year, not soon. What's declare? Which word was declare? And who else is Rumdy son is Rumdy son here? Michelle is here. Michelle, are you still here? Sama Raid, are you still here? This is declare and denote. No, that's wrong. This is Michelle. Before we get to Layla, let's do Michelle's sentences. All right, Michelle. When they started to put computers and screens in all the stores of my city around 2000, it was strange and really novel. Yes, so we have novel here. What does novel mean? Yeah, in around 2000, that would be novel. And Sleepwalker, fresh, new. That is correct. Number 2, the state allocates a reduction of taxes to the people who give money to charity. Yes, it is a little confusing sentence. The state allocates. Can we allocate a reduction of taxes? I'm going to say no. We cannot allocate a reduction of taxes. You can allocate taxes to poor people, but you cannot allocate a reduction of taxes. So you got to give time or money, not a benefit. In this case, a reduction of taxes. You cannot allocate. Sorry, Michelle, this doesn't work. You can allocate money to the poor. You can allocate time to a project, but you cannot allocate a reduction of taxes. That's not going to work. 3, the jungle is a hostile place. So we want to put the before jungle. It's a hostile place for human beings to live. Yes, we have hostile. I tested my friend many times and I know he is frank. He's honest, or his name is Frank. I'm kidding. Of course, Frank, it means honest here. In France, the royalty was abolished. I think which word were we studying? Abolished? That would be correct. Urban sewers are a necessity in every big city. Yes, urban. Correct. I like to look at the sunrise. It's always picturesque. Yes, good sentence using picturesque. While I sleep, I know, let's use a comma there. While I sleep, I know my brain is alleviated from all anxiety. Yes, we have alleviate. We have to be careful with a gas leak. Only a spark can ignite a blast. Yes, good sentence. And number 10, this man changed his bitcoins to euros. Let's put a capital letter there. In a good time and made a lucrative deal. I'm going to change deal to profit. Because you make a profit in this situation sounds a little more better. All right, good job, Michelle. Just the allocate one. It's a little awkward to allocate a reduction. You can't allocate a reduction. All right. Okay, Raid, Layla, you got to wait because Raid is here, and Raid, let's check your sentences. So Raid says, it is difficult to ignite a fire using wet twigs. Yes. On urban lifestyle, lifestyle spelling is considered one of the main causes of hypertension. Yes. It is difficult to be frank with hostile people. Yes. We have been allocating 5 shells in the ER pharmacy for high alert medications. Yes. Pfizer has been producing novel corona vaccine, which is considered you got a multiple grammar article and grammar mistakes there, so I'll fix that up. Put that. The sunset behind the clouds above the sea is picturesque. Yes. I abolished. You got a spelling mistake, so Raid, I got to stop there. Check your spelling before you post. We're working with IELTS here, Raid. Spelling is unacceptable in IELTS. So in the real IELTS test, you don't have a chance to use technology to check your spelling. So this is practice, and you do have the ability to fix your spelling. All right, let's get to Layla's sentences here. The government has allocated approximately $10.5 million for what's this word? Afforestation? What is that word? So, oh, that's the opposite of deforestation. I didn't know that. Good for you. So you get 20 points, Layla, because you taught me a word. So afforestation is the opposite of deforestation. So deforestation, removing the forest. Afforestation, creating the forest. Good word. Good sentence. The method and ideas which Robin provides for daily English homework for us are obviously novel. I don't think they're novel, but the sentence works. Nobody can pass that narrow alley because of having a hostile stray dog. Yes. Number 4, multiple studies indicate listening to soft music helps to alleviate stress. Yes. The government abolished school meals almost 35 years ago. Yes. If you decide to live in an urban area, you might encounter traffic jams most of the time. Yes. 7, the leaking of the gas ignited the entire factory. Okay, this is a problem. You ignite fire or you ignite the spark. So the leaking of the gas ignited spark. And the entire factory burned down. In his new department, he had a picturesque view on the balcony. Yes, nobody. Actually, I would say from the balcony. Nobody expected that Jack made lucrative income through his YouTube channel. Okay, we'll accept that. So good. I'll put the corrections in the comment section. All right, let's see. Okay, Layla left. Bruno, I listen English. Yes, welcome, Bruno. All right. Bruno speaks French. All right, that will, I just did a quick check of the homework. That will be I will check the other homework offline. I will end this lesson. So thanks to everyone who was watching. As always, you can put below this video new homework of the vocabulary, and I'll give it a check. All right. So everyone, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the upcoming days and weeks. And I will also be talking in the WhatsApp group more, so be sure to be there. And you can join the WhatsApp group you can find the link in this video. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone, and take care. Keep studying English.